Hello everyone. We are going to study standard form. Standard form or scientific notation is a way to write or a way of writing very large number and very small number. But there is necessary condition. We have two factors, a and 10 raised to any power. Like this one, 3.4 number or factor. The first factor can be number between 1 and 10. The first factor must be greater than or equal 10 and smaller than 10. Greater than or equal 1 and smaller than 10. The first factor, it must be between 1 and 10, greater than or equal 1. It may be 1, but it may not be 10, okay? Between 1 and 10, greater than or equal 1, but smaller than 10. That's about the first factor. The second factor, it will be 10 raised to any power. Like this one, 3.4 multiplied 10 to power 6. This form is called scientific notation or standard form. Scientific notation or standard form. Way to write or way of writing very large number or very small number. This number, 78,000, is this number in scientific notation or in standard form, written in standard form? No. To write the number in standard form, you have to get two factors. Factor between 1 and 10, and the second factor, 10 raised to any power. To get a number between 1 and 10 from this number, where is the decimal point? If you don't see the decimal point, that means the decimal point here on the right. Move the decimal point to put it between 7 and 8. Why? Why between 7 and 8? To get number between 1 and 10 from this number. It will be 7.8. Okay? We move the decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 digits to the left. If you move with the decimal point to the left, that means you have to put positive 4 above the 10. 10 raised to the power of 4. Firstly, you have to put the decimal point between two digits to get number between 1 and 10 from the original number. Then put 10. You have to put a power above the 10. The power will be positive if you move with the decimal to the left. But if you move the decimal to the right, it will be negative. Like this one. Letter C. To get number between 1 and 10 from this number, you have to move the decimal point to the right. How many digits? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 digits to the right. After 4 or between 4 and 5, it will be 4.5, like this one. Multiply by 10. To which power? What is the power above 10? The power of 10, it will be what? We move the decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 digits to the right, it will be negative 4. Like this one. What about B? B, which equals 954,100,000. Okay? This number, one factor. To put this number or to get number between 1 and 10 from this number, you have to move the decimal point from what to what? Where is the decimal point? If you don't see the decimal point, that means it's here on the right of the number. Move the decimal point, how many digits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 digits to the left. So the answer will be 9.54. Okay, this number, the first factor, between 1 and 10, greater than or equal 1 and smaller than 10. Multiplied by 10. What is the power of the 10? We move the decimal point 8 numbers to the left, so it will be 10 to power 8. This form is called scientific notation or standard form. What about this number, letter D? To get number between 1 and 10, you have to move the decimal point between 1 and 0. It will be 1.02. Greater than or equal 1 and smaller than 10. We move the decimal point to the right 2 digits, so multiply by 10 to power negative 2. Remember, if you move the decimal point to the left, the power of the 10 will be positive. If you move the decimal point to the right, the power of the 10 will be negative. Here, the inverse operation, number in standard form, and you want to get the ordinary. Multiply by 2.7 multiply 10 power 5. 10 power 5 means 100,000. So when you multiply by 10 or 100 or thousands or 10,000, 1 and zeros, you have to move the decimal point to the right. When we multiply, we move the decimal point to the right. When we divide, we move the decimal point to the left. So you have to move the decimal point 5 digits because we have 5 zeros here. 5 digits. But mister, we only have 1 digit, not 5 digits. Okay? So move the digit you have, then put 4 zeros. We have to move the decimal point 5 digits to the right. After 1 digit, the decimal point will be dropped. So put 4 zeros. 8.01 multiply 10 to power negative 4. Multiply 10 to power negative 4 means divided by 10 power 4. Change the multiplication to divide and change the sign of the power of the 10. Multiply 10 power negative 4 means divided by 10 power 4. Multiply by 10 power 4 means divided by 10 to power negative 4. If you change the sign of the operation, change the sign of the power of 10. So this means divide, and this means positive 4. Divided by 10 power 4 means divided by 10,000. Move the decimal point to the left. When you divide, move the decimal point to the left. When you multiply, move the decimal point to the right. Move the decimal point to the left 4 digits. It will be 0.000801, like this one. If you move the decimal point 1 digit, you still need 3 places or 3 digits, put 3 zeros and put the decimal point, and the whole number will be 0. Here, we multiply by 10 power 8. Multiply by 10 power 8 means move the decimal point 8 digits to the right. It will be 199 without decimal point, and put here 6 zeros, like this one. When you multiply two numbers in the standard form or on the scientific form, scientific notation, like these numbers, you want to multiply this number by this number, okay? Multiply the whole numbers, then multiply the tens. Like 2 multiply 3 equals 6. Multiply by 10 power 4 multiply 10 power 5. When you multiply like pieces, add their powers. Keep 10, keep the same pace, and add the powers. 4 plus 5 equals 9. It will be like this. 6 multiply 10 to power 9. The same when you divide. Divide the whole numbers. 8 divided by 4, it will be 2. Then divide 10 power 7 divided by 10 power 3, which equals 10 power 4. When multiplying like pieces, we add their powers. When dividing like pieces, we subtract their powers. Remember, the distance to the sun is approximately 1.5 multiplied 10 to power 8 kilometers. The speed of the light is 3 multiplied 10 power 5 kilometers per second. How many seconds does it take for light from the sun to reach Earth? We have the distance, we have the speed. Okay? Remember, speed equals distance over time. Distance divided by time equals speed. So if I ask about the time, time will be distance divided by the speed. Here he asked about what? How many seconds? He asked about the time. So speed equals distance over time. Time equals distance over speed. Distance 1.5 multiply 10 power 8 divided by the speed 3 multiply 10 power 5. You can use your calculator in this question. 1.5 divided by 3, which equals 0.5. 0.5. We write the answer here. Multiply 10 power 8 multiply 10 power 5, which equals 10 power 3. Is this number written in scientific notation or standard form? Of course no. Why? Because 0.5 is smaller than 1. In scientific notation or standard form, the first factor must be greater than or equal 1 and smaller than 10. The first factor here is smaller than 1. So you have to move the decimal point one place or one digit to the right. It will be 5. Okay? If you move the decimal point here, you have to multiply by 10 power 1. 10 power 1 and here 10 power 3, it will be 10 power 4. The answer, it will be 5 multiply 10 power 4, which means 50,000 seconds. Arrange 0.48 multiply 10 power 4. In the ordinary, it will be 4800. This one multiply 10 power negative 2. If you see 10 to power negative, change this sign and change the sign of the power. Change the sign of the operation and change the sign of the power. It will be 16 divided by 100, which equals 0.16. 7 divided by 10 power negative 3. 10 power negative 3, it will be 7 multiply 10 power 3, which equals 7,000. Here, divided by 10 power 4, move the decimal point from the right 4 places to the left, it will be 17.5. Arrange which one is the smaller. Start from the smallest. This one, right, 16 multiply 10 power negative 2. Then this one, right, 17530 divided by 10 power 4. Write the original, okay, not the simplest. Then it will be 4800, which written in the form like this. Largest, finally, 7 divided by 10 power negative 3, like this one. The next question, 70,000 in standard form. This ordinary form standard must be in two factors. The first factor greater than or equal 10, greater than or equal 1, but smaller than 10. And the second factor in the form 10 raised to any power. To get number between 1 and 10 from the original one, move the decimal point from here. I can't see the decimal. If you can't see the decimal, that means the decimal on the right. Move it till you reach here between 7 and 0. It will be 7. Multiply by. We move the decimal point. How many numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 numbers to the left. It will be 7. Multiply by 10 to power 4. This number on the standard or scientific notation He wants you to put it in ordinary number. So if you see 10 raised to negative number, like this one, change the sign of the operation. If it was multiplication, make it divide. If it was divide, make it multiply, and so on. Inverse. It will be 7.5 divided by 10 to power 3. Change the sign of the operation and change the sign of the power on above 10 or on the 10. 7.5 divided by 10 power 3, it will be move the decimal point 3 places to the left because we divide by 10 power 3. It will be 0.0075, like this one. Standard, 7 million. Million means 10 power 6. Million, the same as 10 power 6. Thousand, 10 power 3. A billion or milliard, 10 power 9, and so on. This one will be 7 multiply 10 power 6. If you can't see the decimal, that means the decimal heap. Move it till you reach between 7 and 0. It will be 7 multiply 10 power 6. That means 7 million, the same. Arrange starting from the smallest. This one, 55,000, like this one. Divide 10, the same as multiply 10 power negative 1. When I see negative power of the 10, I inverse the sign of the equation. It will be divide instead of multiplication, and I can change the power of the 10. It will be 10. That means 6.4 divided by 10, it will be 0.64, like this one. The same, 5.5 multiply 10 power negative 1, it will be 5.5 divided by 10 to power 1. That means 0.55 divided by 10. Start from the smallest. This one is the smallest. Write 5.5 multiply 10 power negative 1. Then 6.4 multiplied by 10 power negative 1. Finally, write 5.5 multiplied by 10 power 4, like this. Last question, write 62,000 in standard form. Remember, standard form, you must write the number in two factors. The first one between 1 and 10, greater than or equal 1, smaller than 10. It will be 6.2. Why, Mr. 6.2? Because 6.2 between 1 and 10. And I get it from the original one. I can't see the decimal, so the decimal on the right. I have to move the decimal 4 places to the left till I reach between 6 and 2. It will be 6.2. I move the decimal, or I move the decimal 4 places to the left. It will be 10 power 4, like this one. Write 8.1 multiply 10 power negative 3. When you see negative power above the 10, change the sign of the operation and change the sign of the power. It will be 8.1. Instead of multiply, it will be divide. Divided by 10 power 3. That means divided by 1000. You have to move the decimal 3 places to the left. It will be 0.0081, like this one. I hope it will be clear for you, and see you on the next lesson. Bye.